SSDI and SSI. Are you included for the special lump sum check from Social Security that I just talked about the other day? That's a great question and exactly what we're going to focus on right here in the video, so let's get right into it. I know just the other day I was out in a separate video talking about a special lump sum payout check from the Social Security Administration for some beneficiaries in some instances. Well, as a result of that video, I've had a number of you here in the community who are receiving SSDI and SSI wondering if you are also eligible for a special lump sum payout check from the Social Security Administration. The simple answer is, well, it depends. In some instances, yes, SSDI and SSI beneficiaries are also eligible for lump sum payout checks, but I do want to talk about the details in greater detail right here in this video, so let's get right into it. However, really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you right by your side every single day, watching the latest details hitting the wire, doing the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what's actually going on, and anything out there popping up right now you can possibly grab and or take advantage of. So again, I'm here for you. Please make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about this special lump sum check from Social Security. Who gets it, what instances would actually make you eligible for it, and how much could it possibly be? These are a lot of really good questions. So just the other day, like I said, I did come out with that video talking about that special lump sum check. If you did not see that video yet, I would highly recommend, if you are a Social Security beneficiary or you're somebody who is in the process of filing for your Social Security benefits, you may want to check out that video. If not, that's totally fine too. Doesn't really matter. I'm just saying, there's a lot of really good information in there. However, here's what I want to break down for you, because just like everything, right? Social Security is very confusing. It can be very complex, and there's a lot of moving parts about this. So here's what it comes down to. I'm going to throw this out there really fast, okay? I would say, if you can, stick with me here for a minute or two afterward, because I'm going to talk about the details of who gets these lump sum checks and what are all the details about it. However, the video from just the other day, I was specifically talking about Social Security retirement beneficiaries. However, SSDI and SSI beneficiaries, you can also be eligible for your own lump sum payout check as well. And in some instances, these can be thousands upon thousands of dollars, maybe even tens of thousands of dollars in some instances. Again, we're talking about serious money here in a lot of instances for a lot of beneficiaries, okay? So let me break down the details. Now again, I don't want to repeat everything that I talked about in that video the other day, because obviously it's all encompassed in that video, so I don't need to cover it again in this one. But that video from just the other day was specifically talking about Social Security retirement beneficiaries, and based on when you file for your benefits, if you are after your full retirement age, essentially you could get a lump sum payout. Again, thousands of dollars, maybe even over $10,000 in some instances. I mean, seriously, you could be looking at a lot of money here, depending on your benefit amount. However, I want to say this much as well. I do have dedicated videos right here on the channel specifically talking about Social Security disability, SSDI, and supplemental security income, SSI, and when you would also be eligible for a lump sum payout check, okay? All of these groups are eligible for lump sum payout checks. In some instances, okay? I always have to say that. In some instances, not every single beneficiary is going to be eligible for this, but let me throw out the details for you. I would say, based on the numbers, based on the statistics, based on the waiting periods of time, all kinds of details like this, SSDI and SSI beneficiaries probably get lump sum payout checks way more frequently than Social Security retirement beneficiaries. Here's why. When it comes down to SSDI and SSI, which by the way, I'm not going to go through all the details. If you do want to hear exactly how and who gets lump sum payout checks from Social Security as an SSDI or an SSI beneficiary, make sure to check out the dedicated videos here on the channel where I do focus on that. But let me briefly talk about the details. It all comes down to your application date, okay? That is the main reason that the main date that we need to look at when it comes down to SSDI and SSI being eligible for lump sum payout checks from Social Security. Now, obviously, there's a lot more detail about it than just your application date, but it's mostly predicated on your application date. That's mostly what it comes down to. Or when it comes down to SSDI, they have something called EOD, established onset date, okay? That is also very important as well. When it comes down to SSI, supplemental security income, it's literally your application date, okay? Your application date, they can pay out up to that 12-month period of time, okay? Anyway, when it comes down to it, we all know this much as well. Is Social Security super prompt about, examining applications and getting back to beneficiaries and approving people quickly? Well, not really, right? It can be a very long time. In fact, for some SSDI beneficiaries, the application timeframe can be years, months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, year and a half, 2 years. It could take years in some instances for an SSDI beneficiary to start getting benefits. Well, you can't get back pay for all of that, but you can get back pay for quite a bit of time. And it's all going to be based on how long you've been waiting for your benefit, right? Again, it also comes into play the EOD, established onset date, your application date, as well as basically the allowances they have to basically pay out back pay to you for a long time, okay? And that's what it comes down to. Now, obviously, they're not going to pay out 5 years worth of benefits, but they will pay out quite a bit. And again, based on your benefit amount, based on how long you've been waiting, again, there's different parameters around it. There's always the 5-month waiting period that goes into effect there as well. So they always minus off 5 months as well. But when it comes down to it, you could be getting back pay for several months, and that all comes in the form of one big lump sum check. But again, I don't want to get into all the details here in this video simply because I already have dedicated videos here on the channel talking exactly about that, SSI and SSDI. In fact, I have dedicated videos for both of these groups of people. I have a dedicated video talking about SSI and a lump sum payout check. I also have a dedicated video talking about SSDI and the parameters for you to get your lump sum payout check. So, and then again, just like I said, the video from the other day, that one was the specific dedicated video for Social Security retirement beneficiaries and their lump sum payout check. So yeah, all of these groups, depending on the instances, depending on the beneficiaries, depending on the circumstances, depending on a bunch of different variety of factors, a lot of people are eligible for lump sum payout checks. Not necessarily everybody, but a lot can be in a lot of instances. So that's exactly what I was trying to break down just the other day in that other video. So hope that kind of makes sense. But when it comes down to it, SSDI and SSI beneficiaries, and again, I mentioned this earlier, but let me say it again really quickly. In regards to the video that I posted just a couple days ago, talking about the special lump sum payout check from Social Security, that one was dedicated to that one was dedicated to Social Security retirement beneficiaries. However, when it comes down to SSDI and SSI, you could also be eligible for. But again, let me throw this out there really fast, which is if you're already receiving benefits. So let's just say that, 5 years ago, 7 years, 9 years, 10 years ago, you started receiving SSI or SSDI, something like this. If you're already receiving your benefit, you're not going to get a lump sum check anymore. It basically comes down to when you apply. So essentially all of these types of benefits, it all comes down to your application date and when you apply, when you file, whatever you want to say, it all comes down to that. So that is where the lump sum comes in, okay? That is when it comes down to. Not if you're already receiving benefits. If you've already been receiving benefits for a year or 6 months or 9 months, 9 years, 10 years, 20 years, the lump sum at that point is already, it's not a thing anymore, okay? It's not really something that's going to happen anymore. Does that kind of make sense? Anyway, of course, I'll keep you posted. I hope this makes sense to clarify the video from the other day, as well as give you additional details on who may be eligible for lump sum payout checks and what instances makes a person actually eligible for it. So anyway, go back and check out the other videos here on the channel. There's thousands and thousands of videos here. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be to bring you the best details, to continue doing all the research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what's actually happening and anything out there you can possibly grab and or take advantage of during this very busy, confusing, and of course, uncertain time that we're currently living through. So enjoy your day. Hope this one helps you. Again, leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. Enjoy your day. Take care and catch you again later in the next